Okay, we're continuing this conversation about this viral video of the police shattering a window and tasing the passenger of a car. Allison, you weren't in this block. You are a private investigator, so I want your law enforcement take.
Well, as a private investigator, but also primarily as a probation officer, my issue with that is always comply with the police. The police tell you to get out of the car, you get out of the car.
Why do you think people don't want to comply with them? What are they afraid of? Is it just the images?
Yeah, but they're afraid of the history of what's happened when they didn't comply.
Okay, so why don't police be more sort of, have a different approach with people that are likely to have that issue?
Good
You know
point.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, you always fear of the unknown, but on the other side of it
On the
is
law enforcement
why
side.
isn't he complying?
Yeah.
There's always a reason. It's usually something like a warrant. He has a weapon. There's something he wants to hide. He's on the run. Nobody knows who this guy is, and the police are never going to say, okay, you're not complying with me right now. I told you to get out of the car. I'm going to let you go. It's never going to happen, and the people who are on the other end of it have to be realistic.
Kids, there's a lot of things in this case that like got me going, because I understand, I'm with you. You should comply. I'm teaching my boys to comply. We all teach our family and friends to comply. But if I'm in a car and I have my children in the back seat, and I've told you I don't have my ID with me, like, and you pull a gun on me, I automatically am going to be instilled with fear, and I'm not going to want to do anything you said. It's fight or
Hold on,
flight.
Cromwell. That's disingenuous, because that's not what happened.
That is what happened.
He didn't
He
just
said-
say, "I don't have an ID," and the police went like this. No.
Well, yeah, he went into his backpack to find like his ticket. The wife announced it. The wife announced it,
If
and
you want to
then
have
he
a
said no.
genuine discussion, then you
This
have
is
to
a
be
genuine
offensive.
discussion.
That's not what happened.
This is a genuine discussion.
Saying your hate
Exactly.
I'm gonna kill you.
Unheated,
Look,
like-
I'm not saying that there isn't this history of racism. I'm not saying there's no such thing as driving while black. I've
Yes.
defended a lot of individuals that have been wrongfully arrested because of the color of their skin. All I'm saying is that in this video, this guy was debating with the officer for 13 minutes. He was debating. He was going back and forth.
But if somebody
you
pulled
have
a gun on you,
more of a reason to get
Anita,
out.
I know
But
for a
he could've
fact
had a
that
gun.
I'm
And
sorry.
you don't know that
Anita.
he's not
I'm so
armed.
sorry.
His failure
Like,
to comply, the
That's
backpack
my
on the
problem.
floor.
Yeah, that's
As
my
far as they're concerned, on the outside of the car, he could have had a weapon there. He might have been hiding a weapon,
Okay.
and that's why he doesn't want to open the door. They could have come in there and searched,
But
and
here's-
they would find possibly a weapon.
And
That's
by
why
the
But
way,
here's the
down.
thing, this is happening over
Over
and over again.
and
So
over
I
again.
like Dr. Drew's solution where somehow we do some police reform,
Yes,
we do
I
some
agree.
more community outreach with the police departments, with the community, with the residents, so there is a build of trust again. That's what's lacking, because this is continuing to happen.
They're still going to be distressed, and they still won't
response
open
is
the
like
door.
the response is disproportionate to what's called for. in
What we saw in that
in
video.
moment.
That's what's freaking
yeah,
us
no,
out. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I agree. I mean, I think that also I wonder about the culture of being a police officer, and you're sort of like on call for these sort of
You're
you know,
in fight or flight
yeah,
all the
you're
time.
sort of ready for this kind of
walk
person.
into every
You have to be ready
situation,
because
right.
he's a complete unknown.
Stranger.
You have to be ready. You have to draw down because at that point, all you know is he's non-compliant.
But
he's
at
not
the
opening
same
the
time-
door.
Thank
What's
God-
in the
thank
car?
God he didn't use a weapon. He used a taser.
But at
Because
the
that was
same
that's what I wanted in
That's
Ferguson.
what
I
the
mean,
Ferguson, they didn't have tasers.
But at the
Yeah.
same rate, just the same way
Yeah.
we're saying that these police officers have to be prepared, I'm telling you from firsthand experience, I have to be prepared. When a police officer stops me, I immediately figure out who I need to call on my phone. If someone needs to record this, I need to figure out what did I possibly potentially could have done wrong that I need to start defending myself for. And I don't have any priors. I don't have any records. I'm an upstanding citizen. And I have this same fear every time a police
And
officer
you know
comes
what's
behind me.
even worse? Like, I don't know about any of you, but I've never had that.
I've never
Yeah.
had that.
I've never
Yeah.
had to have
See,
that.
that right there is
That history exists.
Exactly.
But because it's happened and the history does exist, it should be taught and taught down the line. Comply at least. Comply and be 100% cooperative, even if you've done nothing
Yeah, but
wrong.
if
And the
they-
police
if
should
they-
be-
Unlock the door.
If they can rebuild the trust with the
Yeah,
company.
exactly.
All right, you
Kate.
guys heard both sides here. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below, and we'll see you tomorrow.